Hello, and welcome to the podcast episode. This is Kayla.
Hey!
And I'm Laura. I posted this on my YouTube because we wanted to start a podcast before, and our schedules just got crazy, and it never worked out. So we have a bunch of podcast questions to go through. So we thought it'd be fun.
I'm excited.
You'll get a little podcast, just whenever we see each other.
You know, what flows, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we're going to start out with some random questions about all kinds of things. My first one is, what is your favorite and least favorite month of the year and why?
I'm going to say December.
Okay.
It's a lot between Christmas and every other holiday and the New Year's and just thinking about what to get other people. Like, that stresses me out. Least favorite would be December. I find it to just be so chaotic and like just thinking about what to get all these people, like that stresses me out. But set aside the money part of it, like actually what to get these people and like thinking of thoughtful gifts.
Well, I'm like the worst gift giver in the face of the planet.
That's how I feel too.
I don't give gifts. Like, I'm really bad at that.
My gift is my love. Like that's how I know how to express myself, not through gifts, unless it's like someone that I know really well, like really deeply. But I feel so obligated to give people gifts when it's Christmas. My favorite is probably, what month are we in? May? June? May. I would say May.
Okay.
Last month was so beautiful. I mean, just the weather here in Georgia, at least, and like all the wildflowers. Oh my gosh.
On the highways?
Oh no, just walking through Savannah too.
Oh my gosh, if you drive up to Atlanta, the yellow flowers on the highways are beautiful.
I haven't seen them.
They're so pretty. My favorite has always just been June, and for no particular reason. Remember one year I just was like, my favorite month is June because June's always really fun and good. And honestly, looking at the trajectory of the last few years of my life, I would probably say that like July has been really awesome. I just am the type of person, like, I decided one day that June was my favorite month, and now it's my favorite month. My least favorite is probably either January or February, just because I am not a big fan of the cold, and not that it gets that cold here, but I also...
Oh, it does. It does.
This girl's from Florida.
It's cold.
I also just, it's after Christmas, like there's no holidays, and I don't do holidays really at all, like we don't really get into it like that, but then there's nothing more to look forward to, like after the New Year's is over. It's like all your brain is on is, oh my god, when is summer coming? Like, when can I swim in a pool again?
I remember you saying that actually in February.
My gosh.
I can't wait for it to be just warm, bright, and sunny. I feel like you said June's your favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's like summer.
Yeah.
And you're just a summer all the way.
Such a summer gal.
Makes sense.
All right, you want to do our next question?
Yeah. If you could pick a favorite section of your life, what would it be, and tell us about it?
My favorite section of my life was probably when I was 17. It was really...
I feel like I know this story.
It was really difficult, and there was a lot of hard parts about it. It was just such a, like, pivotal point in my life when I turned, like... halfway through being 16, I had like such a pivotal life change, and by the time I turned 17, that was really just like, I was thriving in that. And I was 17 all my senior year of high school, and I was working full time, and I was doing school online. Like, it was stressful. I had to move out in like 2 weeks because my mom was moving and blah 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 blah. But I experienced some of the most incredible things, and I loved my job so much. I was gone every single week, like literally from October until I think it was May or maybe April. I was going somewhere at least once a week, if it was a day trip or like a weekend trip or whatever it was. Like, I met so many amazing people. And then I also moved out at 17, and I had my own apartment in Wilmington. And like, I turned 18 there, but living in Wilmington was the best few months of like my entire life experience.
No,
Like
I feel like I've heard you say that before. I have to go.
I
Just because the way that you talk about it, I have to go.
I have nothing but amazing things to say about Wilmington, and I still get emotional thinking about the people there and just how my life was then. Like it was so awesome. So even though there was a lot of difficult times at 17, it was so fun, and I made so many really crazy life choices that I wouldn't necessarily go back and change. Like I could have done them better, but it was really amazing. And I was looking back at a video today of me on the phone telling my mom that I bought a one-way ticket to Puerto Rico because I had moved to Puerto Rico after I left Wilmington. And me going, I told her I booked a one-way flight, and she said something along the lines of like, "Oh, well, that's like not like, oh, didn't know that was happening." And I was like,
so casual.
I was like, yeah, well, I'll be 18 by the time it happens anyways. And she was like, okay. I was like, yeah, so it doesn't really matter. She's like, no, it does. But what was your favorite section?
She handled it well, though.
Oh, she did. She did. It was fine.
My mom would be freaking out. Excuse me? No, you're not going. You're going to get kidnapped. That's what she would say. But
I honestly was already past that point. I was already living by myself.
We already booked it, so.
It was what it was.
Yeah. I couldn't be me, woman. Props to you, though. My favorite section is now.
Aww.
Yeah, no, it really is. Because it's like just such a different life for me now. Like living on my own in a place that I don't know is such a growth period, but I'm loving every minute of it and like getting to know the woman I am through Christ and my relationship with God as it grows because it just started. So I would 100% say now is my favorite time of
and
life.
I feel so blessed to be a part of that. That's so awesome.
I love you.
Our next one is, what is our biggest tip to someone starting their fitness journey? Because we have both had, I feel like, very extensive fitness journeys over the years.
Yeah. Biggest tip starting your fitness journey, I would say a trainer. I don't think that you're going to have enough motivation to continue to bring yourself to the gym over and over and over again if you want to get that serious about it. I think that you do need someone that's going to hold you accountable and teach you the right way to do it too. I think that it's so important to know actually how to lift and doing the movement right instead of just going off like a YouTube video. Like YouTube videos are helpful, but I think that actually having someone in person with you is totally worth the money. And plus, once you do like 30 days straight, that's how you gain a habit, right? 30 days or something like that.
I don't know.
I think it's after 30 days of doing it consecutively, it becomes a habit. So if you have a trainer for a month, there you go. New habit, just like that. And you have someone holding you accountable to it too. So that's my 2 cents.
My biggest one, I feel like, and also I do want to point out the difference between ours is I played sports all through high school as a huge volleyball player. I played school and club. I wanted to go to college for it at one point. So I had kind of been in the weight training world for a bit, but just in a different way where you didn't play any sports in high school or anything. So this was kind of like a little bit of new territory.
Yeah.
So for me, my biggest thing was, or my biggest tip would be getting into it for the right reasons. I think coming in and starting with the right mindset is such a pivotal piece of it, because if you go in with this, I'm doing it for these certain reasons, it's so easy to become unmotivated, because at the end of the day, you don't see results in 30 days. You might know what you're doing in 30 days, but you don't see results. You have to really come in with the mindset of, I want to do this because I want to feel better and I want to feel stronger and healthier and bring myself more energy and create it into this hobby and this enjoyment, instead of coming in with this expectation of, I want to look this certain way. Because the reality of it is you could work out and eat the exact same as the next person to you, and you're never going to look like them. Every single body is completely different. So it's just about finding what works for you and that you actually enjoy. So I guess this is more than one tip, but I also would say, like, find what you enjoy. Try strength training, try running, try yoga, try Pilates, I don't know, I've seen bungee workout classes. Like
there's so much out
there. hikes, if you're near them, like find ways to make it enjoyable, because it's never going, like, you want it to be a hobby for you. You want it to be a hobby and something you enjoy, and that way you don't get caught in this motivation situation where it's like, oh, I'm not motivated. It's like, no, I'm excited. Like, this is something that I'm looking forward to.
Right. And you're going to be so discouraged if you're just going for your looks. Like,
absolutely.
No matter what, you're never going to be completely, fully happy with what you look like, point blank, period.
100%.
You're always going to, even if you are the fittest person, if you end up looking like the fittest person next to you, I guarantee you that there's something that they could pick about themselves and be like, yeah, no, I want to fix this too. So 100% going in with the right motives is key.
Yep.
Next one? What is the next one?
It is this one.
If you could only travel to one place between there and where you live now, where are you choosing?
I feel like, and I wrote this question and didn't think it out very well, because it's so hard. I almost want to say somewhere that I've never been, because I don't,
That's
like,
scary. That's a leap, Laura.
I really, really want to say Australia.
Woman. I'm going with you. Oh my gosh.
I really want to say Australia because I have.
I'm sorry. You can cut some of this out. You're gonna have to cut some of this out.
I'm like holding it away. Bleep. So a little shout out to my friend Ava. She is just got done doing a study abroad in Sydney, Australia, and me and her, like, she's also the fittest person ever. She's so awesome, but we just love so many of the same things and like lifestyle things, and I feel like the lifestyle over there is just so similar to how I would like to live my life, and I feel like the environment would reflect my interests really well, and I feel like that would also just be like, you can kind of get a little bit of everything there, and I feel like I could go there and get anything that I really would maybe want to get in the States. Not that that's like my next place I'm going, but if I had to pick, it would probably be there.
That's good.
It's a whole continent. I know it's not a country. I didn't specify how big of a place.
No, that's good. I would love to go with you for different reasons, but
I feel. Oh, right. I didn't even think about that. You fully said that. Didn't cross my mind.
It didn't?
No, you know I'm slow. I don't get things.
Well, I did too.
Didn't until now.
That's why we get along. I don't even know.
And I feel like I know what you're gonna say.
You want to say it before I say it?
You're probably just gonna say home.
No, I was actually thinking about that, but no.
Oh, okay.
Hawaii.
Okay.
I feel like everybody and their mother has told me that I would love it there. And everybody and their mother who has told me that has been there for themselves, claiming that I would love it there. So.
Okay, wait, I guess you could come back and forth between Savannah. I retract my statement. I was gonna say, I think island fever would get to you. I think
really?
Not being able to, like, see, yeah. I think, but if you come back to Savannah, that's different. Your family can come visit you in Savannah. Yeah. That's fine. I was just gonna say, like, because I even know, like, I loved Hawaii with my whole soul. Like, yeah. I loved every second of it, and everyone was telling me when I went out there for like a week how much it was just like, oh, that's you, like, immediately.
Yeah.
But
that's what people tell me now. Like, oh, you haven't been to Hawaii? You would love it. I'm like, okay.
I could spend a year or two there. I don't, and this Honolulu gives enough sense of normalcy for me. But
what do you mean by that? I need to know.
So, like, when I went to Puerto Rico, there's a sense of normalcy that you feel when you drive around the United States, that you see the Walgreens, you see the Target, you see the this, you see the that. When I was in Puerto Rico, obviously it's a different country, although it's a U.S. territory. It has a complete different culture of its own. And it really does not reflect the United States whatsoever. Obviously, they have their own language. Like, they have a complete separate culture of their own. Mm-hmm. And so there's no of course, there's like a couple like Wendy's and McDonald's, or like there's a Walmart an hour or like 45 minutes from where we lived, but it's like there's no sense of normalcy. These things that we don't really think about, that are just kind of everyday parts of our life, simply the way you drive, which is something you can also like get used to, just
Yeah.
the way of life, and the stores you see, I feel like was the biggest difference for me. Like Hawaii still has those things. They have their culture, and they have their cultural little restaurants, and they're this and they're that, and but like Puerto Rico, it's like you don't ev- their Walgreens are not Walgreens, you know,
Yeah.
they're this is not that, and like it, you are in a different country.
Yeah.
And I think that Hawaii, when you go into Honolulu, like walking around the city, like of course it feels like a beach city, but it also,
you know me, I want to be in the middle of nowhere.
yeah, but like Honolulu feels like if you had to go into Tampa.
Yeah.
You feel like you're in a city, and like you see the normal stores you would see, and you see the thing, and it's like you have more a sense of comfort in that, I think. Not that the Puerto Rico was bad by any means. It was beautiful, and I want to go back so bad,
Yeah,
but it was, and I keep forgetting that you've like totally been a few times, but it's like there's being there on a one-way ticket is so different than traveling somewhere, and working there and being friends with locals, and like
they were so cool though.
Do what?
Everybody in Puerto Rico is
Oh,
cool.
yeah, absolutely. But there's so much you don't see as a tourist, and like
no, that's true.
just about how their culture views things and stuff.
Well, even if you like go and visit my hometown now, like people going and visiting Clearwater is getting a completely different experience than me living 20 minutes from Clearwater.
Absolutely. So I think Hawaii provides a sense of normalcy in Honolulu, but you also still get that middle of nowhere island feel when you're on like the North Shore.
Yeah.
What was our next question? How have you grown in the past year? I know yours is gonna.
Yeah. Mine's, come on. Definitely my relationship with the Lord. I think that I know that I have a completely different perspective of the world now, and a completely different set of standards that I live by and rules that I follow. Completely different people. Just my relationship with Christ in general, like going from being an atheist to full blown Christian girl, 360, really. But that's, all I really have to say about it.
Yeah, but I feel like this has been the like biggest pivotal point in your life, for
I've
sure.
never been genuinely so happy in my life. Like even though I don't have everything that I want in life, or where I want to be exactly, or all the friends that I want to have, like it doesn't really matter to me. I'm just so genuinely happy that I have God in my life now. So
that's so awesome. I feel like the biggest part of my life that has changed is I lived with my friend in Massachusetts, Liv, who I love, and she, not even trying to, taught me so much confidence. She is like one of the most confident people that I know, and like not in any way that would bring others around her down. Like she is just truly herself, and she loves herself, and she owns that in the most, and this sounds opposite, but in the most selfless way possible. Like she knows her worth, and she makes herself the main character in every room she walks into. And I think I, not even trying to, just being around her, grew into that a lot more.
I love that.
I also think, did I act on it? No. Bad at that. But I think I've been a lot more real with myself about needing structure. Again, have I acted on it? No. I kind of did. I'm enrolled in college, you guys. This is a big step for me. I'm enrolled in in-person classes. This is crazy.
Up top.
But I really put it in perspective for myself that like I need something that will tie me down, because otherwise I'm going to just keep up and going. Because like I made this joke to my mom the other day, and I don't think I told you this, but I love change, as we know. I
Mm.
I I think I can fully say like I am addicted to change. And it really hit me the other day when I had the impulse decision and decided to rearrange my room around for the fourth time within 2 months. 2 months. And I didn't realize why I was doing it because let me tell you, it's probably been about 7 or 8 times since I got back. This room can't be moved around all that much. It's essentially
No, it
been this
really
way
can't.
before.
It really can't.
And like, I didn't put the pieces together until I walked out the other day and I was like, oh, I rearranged my room again. And my mom was like, I'm not surprised. And I'm like, I think it's me honestly subconsciously coping with the fact that like I have not traveled really. Like I'm just getting into my little blurb of traveling for the year and I'm like, this is not okay. Like why did I feel the need to rearrange my room for the fourth time in 2 months? It's ridiculous.
I have
But
no idea.
that I put structure in for myself and here we are. Like I need a change of scenery.
I mean, it works. If it helps, then it works.
Yeah.
Right?
And I think it genuinely is just because for years now my life has just been ever changing and that's what I'm used to and having something so constant like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, it was tearing my brain apart.
It's so funny and like crazy to think about because so many people are the complete opposite of that. Like they hate change and they don't want to move. So I don't want to say that it's necessarily the worst thing, but also like rearranging your room 4 times in 2 months. That's a lot.
It is a lot.
That's a lot.
It is a lot.
So next question.
What is the next question?
The next question is, what was your life like a year ago and what do you hope for a year in the future?
My life a year ago. Okay, so it's June now. So I was living here actually. I was working at a gym and I was working my little tail off. I got back from Hawaii and my friend was coming to visit. I was about to see my childhood best friend for her birthday. And then I was going to Florida. So I guess I had fun plans coming up, but I was definitely working a lot.
What's new?
Yeah, what's new? And then just under a year ago, I got in a car wreck, and that kind of changed the entire trajectory of my life entirely. I say kind of, no, fully. So that was pretty crazy. I honestly probably feel similar now than I did then. Just working a whole lot, going with the motions, probably a little bit financially stressed because I plan way too many trips to see my friends because my friends live all over the place and I want to see them obviously, but just going through the motions of life and figuring it out and just trying to take it one step at a time. In a year from now, well, I hope to be really enjoying school. I'm really excited about school
Good.
if it works out.
I love that attitude.
I am excited and I'm also going to be working full time while in school. So I'm a little nervy about that, but got to do what you got to do. But I hope to be more like organized with my life, like not with physical things, but just not feeling like every day is just like reaching for the next time to see my friends or to go and do something of some sort of substance. Like
Yeah.
I want to feel less like I'm reaching for every next thing and more like I'm actually enjoying each present and feel I want to feel more balanced. And that was my word that I wanted to go into this year with because I have not felt balanced in a really long time. And so I really hope for myself that I'm able to accomplish that in the near future, but who knows what will happen.
Well, I'm really proud of you for having that attitude of being excited for school, for one.
Thank you.
Because you will be staying put with that. And, you're not alone in working full time while being in school. Like, I'm about to join you too. So just know that you're not alone in that. And you will be able to handle it. You work your butt off. So I'm not worried about you. I'm really not. Me, on the other hand, I was in a relationship a year ago.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah, it was a bad one, but
Oh my God.
I was in a relationship, doing things that I shouldn't have been doing, essentially. Also working my butt off. I was working 40-hour weeks, and I was doing photography too, traveling back and forth because my boyfriend at the time, we were doing long distance. I was also at a completely different school than I am at now, which is like really crazy to look at my life a year ago.
I just can't believe you weren't here a year ago.
No.
It's so weird.
I know. I feel like I've been here for 2 years. Like,
It's
I kid
so
you not. My
weird.
parents and I were having this conversation. Like, they feel like I've been gone for like 2 years. It's nuts, and it's only been like what, 7 months. So
It's so weird.
yeah. What do I hope for a year? A year from now? Just to be somewhere different. Like, not where I'm at now. Like, I just hope for growth, which I know will happen. And I don't know. Maybe just more of like a godly community too is what I hope for, but I know that I will still be in this state because I'm still at this school. And yeah, just to not be where I'm at right now, to grow, which I know will happen. So,
Unfortunately, the camera stopped recording at 30 minutes and we didn't even realize. So there's a lot that doesn't have footage to it. So I'm just going to end it right here. And thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, let me know and stay tuned for more videos from me soon. Me and Kayla will just do a podcast whenever we're together. So I don't really have a schedule for that. But thank you for watching and have a beautiful week.